That's awesome. That's awesome. Last question here I got for you. What's the craziest thing you've ever done in your life?
Had a natural childbirth.
Ooh, yeah, I could believe that. Did you do it in a hospital or like the home birth thing?
Home birth.
Oh my God. Were you in one of those wet tubs?
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Pretty
You're
awesome.
straight up
Yeah.
digital gangster over there. I love that. That's awesome. Well, welcome to the show. All right, pick a number, panelists. Here is your ability. Will and Paige, did you get your camera working again? You kind of took a dump there. I just want to make sure. It's trying. You're in.
We're here. I don't know.
All right, what's your? Wait, yeah, go ahead. Ask your question to Alyssa then.
Do you have any nicknames? That was going to be our question.
Good one.
My boyfriend calls me Sisa because when my son was 2, he couldn't say Alyssa, so he would say Sisa, and then it just stuck. My boyfriend calls me that now.
Nice. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Will and Paige, I hope you get that camera fixed because it is time, guys, for the Golden Belt Series. We are ready to go. Tonight we have 5 hot contestants. I'm super excited to see who's going to win this week's Golden Belt. We're actually going to go to this young gentleman. He's one of my favorite Canadians. He's a man with a master plan. You know him as one of the best messenger hustle people on earth. Vic Choi's with us tonight, and he's actually going to take us through the mental toughness challenge. Vic, so excited to have you here, man. How's it going?
It's going good. So I wanted to come out with a mental toughness challenge, and essentially it's going to be an accountability group for people to improve their mental toughness, right? So I got inspired by a podcast I listened to called the MFCEO. Not sure if you guys know what it is, but his name's Andy, and he came out with a program just for mental toughness, and I actually adjusted it a little bit to suit the needs of people in the DGL community. This is mainly for people who it's going to be really good for people in their business and in life in general. You know, like there's times you want to give up. What do you do? Like, how do you react? How do you push through? So something you're going to get. So the things you're going to get out of this challenge is you're going to get the ability to say no. Like, how often do you say yes to something that you don't want to do, and it completely ruins your plan? Right? You're going to have the ability to finish something you set out to do. Whenever you, there you go. Emily knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, so have the ability to finish something you set out to do. Like, how often does that happen? And imagine like what it does to your self-esteem, like your self-confidence and everything. So I want to help everyone increase their self-confidence, increase their self-belief in the fact that they can complete hard things in life, have no excuses, and essentially just be able to take control of their life. So usually with challenges, people go like, "Oh, what's the prize, Vic?" So the prize for completing this challenge is actually nothing. The prize is going to be you and your results at the end of the challenge, right? So this is a 60-day challenge, and the way it works is there's 5 tests, and you guys can barely hear me?
Yeah, we can. It's kind of sounds a little bit muffled. I don't know if you can maybe hold that a little.
I'll hold my mic. How's that?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Still a little bit muffled. Let us know. Yeah, let us know in the audience if that's better. But it sounds okay to me. I can hear you. Can you guys on the panel hear him? Yeah, it seems a little better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So essentially, it's going to be 5 daily tasks that you have to do for 60 straight days. And these are tasks that aren't necessarily the hardest things in life, but the idea of this is you got to be mindful and remember to do things. And sometimes you're going to have really hard goals, and you still got to remember to do the little things in life, right? So anytime you actually don't complete one of the things in the 5 days, you actually have to start all over. So that's the challenge. Right, so I'm going to start listing them out and explaining the reasoning behind each task and challenge. So the first one is I need you guys to choose one food in your life that you love and to eliminate it and not have it for 63 days.
Hey Vic, before you go on to number 2, can you try unplugging that and seeing if your mic on your laptop's any better because it's still kind of muffled?
Sure. One sec, I got another one.
We really could use some elevator music right now.
Yeah.
Is that good? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a little bit better. Try that way. Let's see if that works.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start back to number one. So number one, choose a food to eliminate in your life. Something that you love, but they're basically distracting you from your goals. It could be health goals, whatever, right? So for me, I chose chips because I love chips. But for me, something I like but not love is gonna be like chocolate, right? Like I like chocolate, but I don't crave it. So that's not something I'm gonna put on my list. So let's say you really love chocolate, I would put chocolate on my list. And I'm sorry that you have to do this. And number two, it's exercise. It's a two-part series. The first one is you have to do every single day. You have to do 15 minutes of exercise that basically elevates your heart rate. I don't care what it is, and if you don't know what to do, we can definitely talk about it. And then the second thing you have to do is spend 30 minutes outside doing anything, any kind of activity. It can go from sitting on a bench looking at ducks to all the way to like going for a hike, canoe, kayak, outdoor activities, anything good. So the idea of this is that to show you that conditions are not always going to be perfect. It might rain, it might snow, whatever, but jobs still need to get done, right? So you're going to get control what you can control and not make excuses for conditions that you can't control. And number three, it's going to be read 10 pages of a self-development, personal development book. Or if you are an audiobook listener, 15 minutes. And the idea of that is I want you guys to actively read, write notes, and the goal is to gain new ideas for content. So the goal is to write 2 notes out of these 10 pages or 15 minutes we listen to, and then have 2 amazing topics for content, right? Number 4 is to drink water every day, and not only drinking like a glass of water or 2 glasses, right? So it's going to be based on your weight, because obviously people who are bigger have to drink more water, people who are smaller have to drink less, right? So the way you calculate it is, so for example, I'm about 160 pounds. You want to drink at least half your body weight to a 0.5 to 1 to 1 ratio of your water to body weight in ounces. So for me, it's 80 to 160 ounces a day, which is approximately 2.4 liters to 4.8 liters. So anywhere between half a gallon to a gallon of water is essentially what I would drink. So calculate it based on your own. And the idea of this is we all, are advocates of water, so why not drink our water, right? Last but not least is to take a progress picture of yourself every single day. And the idea of this one is to essentially have 60 pictures to look through, and by the end of it, you're going to see basically how far you've come and how great you look and how great you might feel, right? And also, some people just hate taking pictures of themselves, and I want to help people get over that fear. And so I'm going to create a Facebook accountability group. It's going to be a 60-day challenge. Obviously, there's something that everyone just has to be honest, because if you lie, you're just cheating on yourself. And the only mandatory thing is you have to post a picture or video of yourself every single day in the group of yourself being outside, right? So that's it. That's my challenge, and I hope I get at least 5 to 10 people or more, and then I'll start this thing up. And I'm hoping to start by Monday. So let me know by Sunday, everybody.
Woo! Who's going to do the challenge? Who's committing to it right now in the chat roll, right? I am. If number 1, that was good, and number 2, you're down for the challenge. Oh, look at you. We already got at least 5, 10, going for 20. Let's go, huh now?
Let's start this group, baby.
Yeah, all right. We're going to hold you guys accountable. Vic, you may want to write that down. Look at that. Bang, they're all coming in. Let's go. I love it. That's sweet, dude. Nice. I want to go right to Will and Paige because finally they got their video working. Will and Paige, what was your biggest takeaway from Vic's part?
For me, honestly, it was probably the part when, hopefully everyone's doing the reading like they should be to help themselves. But for us, we're doing it for ourselves, and we're not then sharing what we're learning. So to talk about that for your content, for me that was kind of like man, that makes that so easy. Just take what I learn and teach other people too. So.
I think it's just super important to hold yourself accountable and to challenge yourself and continue to grow. And that's what I love about your challenge, Vic, is that it's going to do all those things. You're holding yourself accountable, you're growing, and you're challenging yourself. So I think it's super awesome.
I can't wait to see the results of that, Vic. You should build like are you going to build like a beginning and after kind of move like that? That's so cool, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I have to.
Yeah, that'll be cool, man. Yeah, we'll rally the troops, dude. Let's get it, dude. I think that's a great challenge for sure. All right. The next young lady was this past week's Golden Belt champion. I'm so excited that she's returned to try to defend her honor, defend her title against all of the greatest panelists that we've got here tonight on Train or Die. But tonight, Jenna Schutte is going to cover Cracking the Code, Vision Boards Explained. I'm so excited to have you here, Jenna. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How is everybody else? Hope you guys are doing well.
So good.
Awesome. Getting some thumbs up. Great. All right. So yeah, we're going to talk about vision boards today. In the chat, I want to know who has a vision board. Write me in the chat. Do you have a vision board? Write me. Do you believe in vision boards? Write yes in the chat. If you believe in vision boards, yes. And maybe there's some people out there that are like, Jenna, what in the heck is a vision board? Like, maybe you've heard of it, but you're just kind of on the fence, like, okay, is it really true? Like, can I really make my dreams a reality? Well, let's break it down a little bit, okay? So vision boards, what are they? They add clarity to our dreams, and they kind of, they also, like, help us concentrate and focus on specific life goals. So like if you want to make it simple, we could just say that you can keep your attention, it helps you keep your attention on your intentions. So I'm going to do a quick little exercise, and I'm sure that most of you have done this before, but just hang tight with me. So I am going to give you 5 seconds to look around the room for everything that's blue. Okay? So everything that is blue. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Close your eyes. All right. Love it, Vic. So close your eyes. All right. Do you remember something that was green or something that was red? Like some of you would be like, oh yeah, like I live in this house. I know exactly where everything's at. Well, but the thing is that you probably didn't realize you're probably thinking right now that no, like I don't know exactly all of the things that were red, or maybe I forgot about them. This little example is a great, I guess, a great like way to explain what these vision boards are. Like we have to make sure that we are open to the opportunities that we want to seek. Right? So it teaches us the importance to focus on what we want and not what we don't want. So maybe that little test didn't really drive with you. Have you ever thought about, okay, I want a new vehicle. This has happened for me. I wanted a Jeep Renegade. That's exactly what I wanted. Well, have you noticed that like when you want something, you start seeing it? Like when I wanted a Jeep Renegade, I was focused on that Jeep Renegade, like I'm going to get one, dang it. And all of a sudden, there's Jeep Renegades all over the place. I would notice like, okay, did everybody go to the store and just buy one the same day that I decided I wanted one or what? Well, here's the thing. It's like my focus is on exactly what I wanted. So that's what our vision boards are doing. So in Proverbs 29:18, it says, where there is no vision, the people will perish. Okay? So you will never, listen to this, you will never, ever leave where you are until you see where you'd rather be. So we need to start with giving ourselves permission to dream. Okay? There's only one person that's responsible for your outcome. Only one person, and that's you. So you need to make sure that you take 100% responsibility for that. You need to take 100% responsibility for everything, you guys. Where you are right now, what you've achieved, your health, your wealth, your debt, your body, your success, your relationships, your current reality, your future, the list goes on, right? So don't settle. Like, why are you settling right now? God has so much more for you, and you are worth it, okay? something that I want to share with you guys. Everybody knows who Arnold Schwarzenegger is, right? So he had a quote that I found that was so awesome for tonight's little segment here. So he said, if you are very clear on your vision of where you want to go, and if you're willing to put in the work, no matter what it takes to get this vision to turn into reality, you can accomplish basically anything you want. So the two keys right here is having a clear vision and putting in the work. That those two simple things, put them together and you can basically have anything that you want. Like, how cool is that? So if you've heard about a vision board before and you're like, okay, like it's phony, or yeah, I have one, but I don't really, do much about it. Like we're kind of wasting a lot of time, right? Like, this is easy peasy, so why not do it? So to get started, and maybe you have one, but maybe you want to revamp it. Maybe you want to get back to the grindstone on it, or maybe you just want to start one. You've just been putting it on the back burner. You're like, yeah, it's just not as important as I think, as this is. Well, let's take it back a couple seconds, okay? Let's start from the starting point. So you're gonna write down 101 things. Yeah, you heard me. 101 things that you want to do in your lifetime. Why 101 things? Because those are going to be, as you keep going, you're going to discover more. You're going to discover truly what it is that's in your heart that you want to do. So maybe it's that you want to own a lake home. Maybe it's that, like, something of mine is that I want to be able to deliver flowers to elderly women in nursing homes every single week. Is something that I want to do. So it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be small. It can be a mixture of things. Another good question to ask yourself is, imagine if it was December 31st. What would have had to happen this last year to make you say, oh my gosh, Jonah, this is the most amazing year of my life? Maybe it's family goals. Maybe it's business goals. I'm not sure what it is, but that's just some ideas to get it flowing up here. So here's some statistics, and I want everybody in DGL. I mean, there's no reason why we shouldn't be. I want us to be the 1%er group, okay? So the 80% of Americans have no goals. I used to be one of them, okay? 80%. 16%, huge jump. 16%, they have goals, but they're not written. They're just up here, and if you ask them, it might come back to surface. 3%, they have goals, they're written, but they're never reviewing them. Yep, they're over there. Like, I don't remember them. Let me go get that book. Oh yeah, they're right here. Okay? And the 1%, which all of the digital geniuses need to be, 1%, guess what, you guys? They're all millionaires. So why not be part of that 1%? They have goals. They have them written, and they're reviewing them every single day. So for the next 30 days, what I want you to do is write down your top 10 goals, and I want you to put them in the present tense. Your top 10. You're not looking back at yesterday, oh, I don't remember what I wrote. Just write 10 goals every single day for the next 30 days, and make sure that they're about like 50% like possibility. That's key. Like, you don't want to like diminish your confidence, but just top 10. Make sure that they're SMART goals. I know that we've all learned about doing SMART goals, right? So SMART stands for specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and timeline. So some, like a bad example, I shouldn't say bad, but an example that I could give you, and then I could give you a better one that's related to the SMART goal. So the first one would be like, okay, I want to save more money this year. Well, let's be smart about it, right? I will save $5,000 by December 31st by saving 10% of each paycheck. I don't know, made it up. But do you see how that has a timeline? You see how it's specific? Do you see how it's measurable? Okay, like that is the way that you want to do these things. So you're going to read that out loud every single day. This is why it's important to focus on what we want and what we not what we don't want, right? Like, this is going to get you programmed to start focusing on, oh, this is exactly what I want. Like, these are my goals. Eventually, that's going to sink in. So, I want your permission again. Is it okay if I give you guys tomorrow, you're going to have to wait. Is it okay if I give you guys a 2-page, or maybe it's even a 3-page cheat sheet on all of this? It lists out everything I want to know in the chat. Please say yes if you want it, because I'm willing to give it to you guys. It goes through so much in-depth stuff that is crazy. Like, I don't have the time to go through all of it tonight, but awesome. So yes, everybody's putting yes in the chat, so I definitely give that to you guys tomorrow right away. So we're not done quite yet. We got a couple more minutes yet. All right, so we're going to skip a little bit, and you're going to go to designing your board. Say that the first goal is saving that $5,000, right? So you're going to put a photo of cash, right? And you're going to have on a separate piece of paper, maybe you're okay with having it on your vision board and other people to see it, but I have all of mine on a separate piece of paper that I bring out every single morning and night, and it would say save $5,000 by December 31st. Okay, like, you're going to put your SMART goal, because that's what you're going to be saying. You're not just going to have that picture up there. You want to actually hold yourself accountable and be smart about it. Say goal number 2 is vacation in the Bahamas. You're going to have on your piece of paper or on your vision board next to the picture of the Bahamas, vacation in the Bahamas by July 31st and $5,000. Why $5,000? Because you're going to figure out how much the resort is, how much the flight is. You're going to put everything in together, because you really mentally need to know what the total is, and then you're going to go for it. That's a smart way to do it. So I'm going to close out with a couple little stories that I want to share with you guys. So I'm sure all of you know about this gentleman, but we'll just start out this way. So there was a little boy, and he was at school one day, and the teacher passed out homework or whatever it was, and it said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" This little boy, he wrote down that he wants to be on TV to make people laugh. Turned in the piece of paper. The teacher looks over it. The teacher comes back up to him and said, "Hey, why did you write this? Like, you need to take this home, talk with your parents, and you need to figure out, be realistic, what do you want to be when you grow up?" The little boy is crushed, right? He takes it home. He gives it to his mom. He's like, "Mom, like, this is what I want to be." And she's like, "Okay, no, like, you need to be realistic. Like, write down what it is that you want to be. What do you want to be when you grow up?" Okay? The dad gets home, and I think he actually brought him to bed. And the son and the little boy was like, "Dad, this is what I wrote down. And I want to be on TV. I want to make people laugh. That's what I want to be when I grow up." And the father told him to take that piece of paper, and you read that piece of paper every morning and night. You believe in yourself. Every morning and night, I want you to read that out loud. Guess who that little boy is? Steve Harvey. He's on TV making people laugh. Okay? Here's another one. I'm going to give it to you guys right away. Jim Carrey. He did some stuff that he didn't even know what he was truly doing. But he was applying these things, and he made himself a millionaire, right? Times 10. So he started just imagining, he wanted to be an actor so bad. And he just started imagining that directors would be interested in him, and then he would like hear directors come say to him, "I really like your work." So in 1990, he wrote himself a check for $10 million. And then in the memo, he put acting services rendered. Okay? And then he gave himself 5 years to do this. So in the date, he put Thanksgiving 1995. He carried this check that he wrote himself in his wallet. Yes, they said, I was reading all this, and they said that it did deteriorate over time, but every single time he was in his wallet, he would see it, right? He was reminded of it. Well, guess what? Just before November of 1995, he was scheduled to film Dumb and Dumber. Okay? It was obviously for these acting services rendered. The kicker is that he was offered a payment of $10 million.
Wow.
Like, what the heck? Like, what are we doing? Why are we not doing these vision boards? Why are we just pushing after the corner? Why are we pushing after the side? I want to tell you a personal story. Hopefully I don't lose it. Guys, I was kind of like Jim Carrey, okay? I did something, over 10 years ago that I seriously, in all innocence, was just doing. I was a hairstylist, and I was working on building my clientele, and I was bored one day, and I was just sitting there going through magazines, like waiting on clientele, and I came across this page, and it was a picture of a wedding ring. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is my wedding ring. It's in my dreams, whatever, but I want this. I'm ripping it out. I ripped it out of the magazine. I folded it up, and I kept it. I was with the guy for 10 years. I came home. I was excited. I showed him, and he was like, yeah, whatever, in your dreams. Like, that's so freaking outrageously expensive, blah, blah, blah. Just throw it away, whatever. Well, I secretly kept it, okay? I kept it, and I put it in my wallet. And you guys, I had no idea what I was doing, and I kept it, okay? After I was told that you're never going to get this, you're never going to do that, blah, 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 it's, what a bunch of junk, this and that, whatever. Well, I got out of that relationship for other things I'm not going to go into. And let's just say that I think it's been about 10 years or so. Actually about 8 years now. 8 years ago, I'm with a new guy. We're married now. But I just want to show you guys what it is that he proposed to me with. No so this was all torn. I mean, it's deteriorated, and it was all folded up. You can even see all of these marks. It was all crumpled up, and it stayed in my wallet for a long time. When I was told to throw it in the trash, I was told that you're never gonna have that. That's so expensive. Like, in your dreams. Like, I was told to throw it out numerous times. Okay, like, thank the Lord for Corey. But anyway, so you guys, the ring that I wanted in that magazine, this is the picture of it right here. See this ring? And then this is the wedding band, okay? And I even have up here, no joke, I have in gold, because I am a gold girl. I like the gold. You guys, I'm like shaking right now. When Corey proposed to me, guess what I got? Guess what I got? This is exactly the ring that I freaking have right here, you guys. This is the exact ring. So when you guys like imply this stuff, like make this stuff real, like put it on your vision board. I have my vision board back there, and you keep reminding yourself about it, and you keep believing in it, and you don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to those people. They don't know anything. Like, your life could change like that, right? Like, you could have something out of a magazine, and 10 years down the road, like, yeah, it's going to take some time, but 10 years down the road, you can have exactly what it is that you envisioned for 10 years. So why not start today, right? So that's just my personal story. And there's also a story in the Bible. I can go on and on and on. So, but I'm just going to close out now. And I know my voice is kind of in and out, but I just want to ask you guys, like, are you just going to, like, go with the flow? Are you going to go the narrow road that leads to success? Remember this, that only dead fish go with the flow, okay? So please go ahead and take this, go ahead and take what I have for you guys tomorrow and dissect it. If you have any questions, please come ask, but I just want to let you guys know that this stuff works.
Woo! Thank you, Jenna. That is crazy, and I love that quote at the end. Dead fish are the only fish that go with the flow. That's so powerful. Super, super awesome. Thank you so much, Jenna. That was a great piece, and I think that might clinch the belt again for back-to-back titles, which would be awesome, but it's up to you guys. Check it out. Our next speaker, I'm so excited to have this young princess from Bali. She's a nomad. Now, she is one of the original nomads. She's been nomading for 11 years. That's insane. When you can do it that long, that means you're a pro at it. But guess what? She knows who she is, but she wants to talk to you guys tonight about who are you. Talia Pretorius is in the house. Talia, what's up, girl?
What's up? What's up? I don't know why every time I come on here, I'm like so nervous. My heart is beating and my palms are sweating. It's almost like that song. I can't remember the lyrics now. But anyway, that's some tough panelists to beat today. But it's all about sharing, right? And today, the topic that I want to share about, just a disclaimer, I'm not a therapist. What I'm going to share with you is through my years of different experiences and spending a lot of alone time, because when you travel, most of the time you are alone, and that's when you get to know the deeper inside of you. And I love sharing these things because I know there's so many more people like me out there that's trying to dig a little bit deeper inside their heart to see what are they put on this earth to do. And this is a topic that Mary has experienced this in Bali when she was at the retreat, and it's a topic that we cover really deeply in the 7 days at the retreat. And the question is who are you? And I'm sure, Mary, when I say that, you can hear that voice that we covered when we were talking about that. And let me just leave that for a second with you. Who are you? And let me ask everybody in the chat room, say yes or no if you know who you are. Who are you? And I'm talking like, do you really know who you are? Write it in the chat. Yes, no, maybe, not sure. Cool. Okay. Now, it takes a process for you to figure out who you are. And a lot of people, I hear it all the time, is people come to Bali, for instance, and they say, I'm coming out here because I want to find myself. So many tourists and expats and people traveling, they come to a tropical island where it's more calmer and peaceful, and people come to find themselves. But the issue is that you were never lost to be starting with, right? You were never lost. You always knew who you are. You just have to reconnect with yourself in that way. And once you find out who you really are, that's when confidence kicks in. And all of us, I'm pretty sure you can tell when you see a confident person with the way that they hold their bodies, the way that they talk, the way that they look you in the eye, the conversations they have. And I don't know if you heard of the saying before, or people in your circle that has mentioned this before, that said, I don't have to sit in that conversation. I know who I am. And that's how you start to choose the people that you start to hang around with, right? And knowing who you are and having enough confidence to be really, strict on who you allow to spend your time with, the things that you do, the food you eat, the places you go, the experiences you do, that plays a really big role in your business and for success, right? It plays a part in your workspace, it plays a part on your family, it plays a part on your daily activities, it plays a part on your energy levels during the day. That once you are really certain on who you are, then you get stuff done, right? So remember these words, that you were never lost. You were never lost. There's no need to find yourself. You just need to reconnect. So I want to, like Jenna, ask your permission for me to do a quick exercise with you. Write in the chat for yes, if you're going to allow me to do it. Okay, you might want to grab a box of tissues. If you feel like you want to sit down in a nice, comfortable position, then please do so. If you want to take your laptop and go and lie down somewhere where you can feel completely relaxed, then do so. Shut out all things that are distracting you. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. So I'm going to do that as well. Close your eyes. And I want you to picture that you are on a beautiful beach. Now, this beach can have white sand, dark sand, pebbles, can be rocky. The perfect beach. It doesn't mean that you had been at that beach before. The perfect beach. You are walking on the sand. You can feel the sand through your toes. You can smell the fresh air, the ocean. You can hear it. And there's a calming effect on you. It's a nice and sunny day. It can either be sunrise or sunset for you, whatever you prefer. It's the perfect beach day for you. And as you are walking along this beach, you are walking and you can feel the water coming through your toes in the sand. You can see that there's nobody on this beach. You are completely alone. It's just you. And you keep on walking, sands in your toe, beautiful sound of the waves, sun beautifully on your skin. And as you're walking a little bit more heavier and heavier, and you look around your waist, and you can see there's a big, thick rope. And as you look back on this big, thick rope, you see that there's a heavy anchor connected to this rope. And it's heavy, and you keep on pulling, and as you are walking, it's tighter and tighter. Now that rope and that anchor is a reflection of your past, and it's also a reflection of your future. The things that's holding you back, the things that's holding you back from reaching your true potential, becoming the best version of you, the mountains of goals and the pressure that you are putting on yourself to achieve these things in life. You see it right behind you, and it's pulling you. And as you are walking along this beautiful beach, just you are pulling this rope. You are pulling yourself to your future, and you're pulling yourself to your past. Now, as you look in the distance, as you're walking on this beach, you see that there's something shiny in the sand. You walk closer, you dig a little bit, and you pick it up. As you take the sand off this object, you look closely and you see that it's a beautiful, shiny, golden knife. And on this knife, engraved, is your name, beautifully written on this knife. And you take this knife, you cut down that rope, and you let go of that heavy anchor. You let go of all the pressure that you're putting on yourself for your future, of all the pressure from your past. You are just in the present moment, and everything is now nice and easy and light. As the heaviness is now gone, you continue to walk on this beach. Feeling light, you can jump, you can turn around, you can sit down, and nothing is holding you back. You continue walking. In the distance, you see somebody. You can't really make out who it is, but you walk closer. Sand in your toes, water crushing on your legs, beautiful breeze. You walk closer. When you come closer, you see in the distance, this person is you. You walk closer, and as you see yourself, your other self, come closer to you and give you the warmest and the most amazing, beautiful hug. The best hug that you have felt in ages. Warm, teddy bear, comfy, loving hug. And as you are hugging yourself, your other self say to you, thank you. I love you. Thank you for this beautiful life that you have given me. And I'm going to bring you back real quick, and you can 3, 2, 1, open your eyes. You're back, and I've now given you all a very safe place, and I get goosebumps every time that I talk about this visualization. And it's a safe place for you to go to reconnect with yourself. Let me ask the panelists real quickly. Jenna, how did your other self look like? Describe her to me.
I don't know, like, I guess refreshed. I don't know, just like a lot like me, but it's just like more of like gentle, just like not walking so heavy, just kind of more, I don't know, free. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's exactly it. Victor, what did the other Victor look like?
The other Victor was jacked.
Yeah.
And he was happy and stress-free and just a little bit older. So that was going on.
Wonderful. So what I wanted you to see there is that the person who you see yourself right now in real life is way different than that person you saw on the beach. But the person on the beach is the real you, and that's who people see. Gentle, kind, loving, no worries, no stress, humble, kind. And there's nothing pulling that person down. And whenever you feel like, oh man, it's too heavy, the weight on my shoulders, I don't know who I am, then just remember who you are, and that is that person on the beach. And it's important on a daily basis that another exercise that you can do is just to put your hands on your heart and saying to yourself, on a daily basis, doesn't matter how many times, I love you, I forgive you, I'm sorry, and thank you. Because this is just a temple. This is just a temple. There's a soul inside there, and you have to show appreciation for yourself. And we have to be more kinder on ourselves, right? I mean, so many times we've got so much negative talk going on in our minds where it's not real, you know. So start being more kind on yourself. You are wonderful, and you are kind, and you are exactly that person on the beach. So I hope that this is helpful for all of you. Share it, because I think that if we can all become better within ourselves and more comfortable with ourselves, then this world will be such a beautiful place. Thank you so much, Sean.
Woo! That was a little bit of mind meditation there, guys. If you thought that was hot, right fire in the chat roll. I don't know if that's going to take the belt or not, but now we're going to dive into some of the practical and the tactical. Guys, I want you to set your stopwatches because this young gentleman, Mr. Chris, the idea guy, Mr. Co-host, Mr. the Baden Technado, who creates funnel storms in his sleep for fun because it's awesome, is going to come out here and show you exactly how to start a podcast in less than 10 minutes. Put your timers on. Chris Baden, you got the stage.
All right, right on. Well, I'm right there with you, Talia, because I'm nervous tonight because I've actually never done a podcast, started a podcast in less than 10 minutes. And that's why, but if I can do it tonight in front of all of you on the spot, then everyone can do it. All right, so I'm going to do this on mobile, so I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll get things started here, because I'm assuming that this is where, you guys are all going to do this. So, Sean, I'm trying to do this with a cable right now. When promoted, hit trust. I already hit trust. Is it working yet?
Not yet, big homie. I'm sure it's coming. But you are Technado. If anyone can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, well, here, let's stop sharing. Let me try this one. You guys got to see my screen.
Yeah,
so,
the timer hasn't started yet, so you're okay.
No, Sean, we got to go now. Here, let me try wireless, like no cable. That's worked before. Okay, not now. Hey, that's fun when you try to do stuff and then there's like all these screens that pop up on you. Like, what are all these windows doing? Okay, here we go. Take three.
Take
Share.
three.
Screen mirroring. Oh, come on now. It's not going to be as fun if I. Here, let's plug it in. And then, worst case scenario, I'll just do it on desktop. I guess I had a plan C, but that's not as fun. Plan A and B was cable or AirDrop. Zoom stuff has been shifty. Okay, the new software is required to connect your phone. Oh, that's why. I have old software, apparently. Okay, we'll do this. I'm going to go to, here's the good news, everybody. Mobile is it's about the same process and it's just as easy. So I'm going to share my screen here, and then we're just going to do it on desktop. But this will still set you up to do it in 10 minutes or less. Oh my God, you guys ever feel like punching a computer in the face? Wish it had one just so you can do that. Okay, let's go here. And okay, here's the magic site you need to go to. Anchor.fm. Okay, let's start the timer. It's 6:54. Anchor.fm. We're going to do this in 10 minutes or less together. Here we go. Here's what's cool about tonight. There's so many technical things that are going on because I've set up 2 different types of podcasts at this point. This one skips a lot of them. You need hosting, you need distribution, you got to set it up to multiple places, you know, RSS, link and feed, and blah, blah, blah. And some of you are like, I don't even know what you're saying, Chris. That's okay, because you just need to go to anchor.fm, and it makes all those things happen. Check this out. I'm going to, okay, wrong. There we go. This one. Can you guys see, Sean, can you see my screen here?
Yeah, man, you're good. That's it. You got it.
Sweet. So this is what it would look like. You just hit sign up. Look how simple this is. Like name, email, I'm not going to hang out here too long, and password, sign up, make sure you're not a robot, and you're done. And if you have, okay, cool. So let's go back to here. I've logged in right now. Make sure you go to settings. We'll go to update settings. And here's what's important: a name for your podcast. You guys have heard me reference this one. Things that inspire me. Check this out. Description: I believe this life is a gift and I can't waste it. I want to inspire others by living inspired. But frankly, life beats me down at times. This podcast shares the stories I hear that inspire me and my take on them. So really, really simple premise. I made this crazy simple. So anytime I just got inspired, I can just jump on, I can say things. Hopefully you guys have your brand. You can be a little bit even more custom to what you're already doing. I just put in anchor.fm Chris Baden, choose a category. So if people are searching for you, it's a little bit easier. And then name, email, and you don't really need to worry about the rest or anything advanced. You just hit save. Boom. You're done. Like name and description, okay? Check this out. I haven't even put like art in here. I was just like, okay, Anchor, you can put your logo art in there. All right, we've already spent, what'd I say? It's been 2 minutes already? Okay, I'm nervous about this. All right, so we got cover art. You can just hit the slider button. You have the title in here, and you're already done. You can download and like upload like different thumbnails if you want. But once you're done with that, you are done. Next, we're gonna go to the dashboard, okay? So now that we have a name, we've got an Anchor login, we've got a name and a description. Now we gotta make our first episode. Yes, we're already focused on making our first episode. It's awesome because I really haven't used the desktop version either. Hey, look at this. New episode. Let's click that button. This is fun. All right, that said, probably some good stuff. I'm not gonna read it right now. And this is what we can do. You can upload, click to upload or drop audio files in here. But how about we just make type in the chat if you want to make an episode on the spot. Type yes in the chat. If you just want to do this, everyone see you're like, yeah, Chris, do it. All right, so let's hit record. We'll go new recording and record new segment. And we'll start new recording. Hey, what's up, everyone? Have you ever wanted to start a podcast? Well, in this episode, we're going to start a podcast in 10 minutes or less. There's just a little intro that obviously you guys saw me just make up. All right, so can we just drag it? Yeah, we can drag it. Boom, that's in there. Here's like of all the podcasts I consume, the basic format that I typically see is what's the hook? Punch them in the face with the hook. And then you'll usually have some type of intro or some type of music. So in this case, I recommend just going to transitions. Let's see, can you guys hear this? No, well, guess what? If you could, it sounds amazing. And we're going to drag that over here. And come on, be friendly. There we go. I don't have a time limit here. And so like you'd hear that hook, and then music would kick in, and then you would transition right into the episode, which we're going to record right now. So we'll go ahead and hit start record again. Hey, it's me. I'm back. In this episode, we're going to talk about recording a podcast. In fact, we're actually doing it right now. And so you can go to Digital Genius Radio and you can listen to the replay of this on exactly how to do it. You're welcome in advance. Okay, stop recording. Now we have the whole episode completed. How fast and amazing is that? We just drag and drop. You guys are getting the idea. Here's the episode. I'd recommend throwing in a transition, throwing in an outro. Where can they find you? Where can they go to get more of you? Why? Because 80% of people listen to almost like 90, 95% or all of your episode. That means they want more of you. So like make it easy for them, right? So I recommend having that info. If you guys vote, if you guys want to see more podcast stuff, okay, what am I? I'm 5 minutes. Okay, if you guys want to see more podcast stuff, just vote. I can do more episodes on like strategy behind podcasts, but today we're just focused on getting it started. And guess what? Our first episode is complete, so we're gonna save this episode. This is the cool part. First episode. Name it something. Oh man, there's like such good stuff like on just what's happening, computer. Seriously. Oh my gosh, nobody likes you, iTunes. Like. Who goes to... Just for the record, we're still focused on doing this in less than 10 minutes. I ask you to quit. All right, fine. We'll just move you to the side. Here we go. This is so ridiculous. First episode. Seriously. It's funny, not funny. Okay, we need to do a whole episode just on titles and hooks and how that goes into search engine optimization and why keyword research should go into your description. But hey, this is about the first episode, okay? So you finish this and you'd hit publish now. Now I'm not going to do that because it's really going to publish to my page, but there's actually, I wonder if it shows here. I think it's in the advanced. This is what's so cool about what this does is, okay, it actually takes this feed and it distributes to, guess what? iTunes. It distributes to Google Play, Spotify, and like all these other like places that people go to, Stitcher, all these other places that people go to listen to podcasts with just one click. It's insane. You don't even have to go to these other platforms to register it. Literally, you hit publish after you do the episode, and in 24 to 48 hours, it's going to be on all platforms once it's approved for everyone to listen to. Why is this cool? Why is this important? We're at 4, 6, 7 minutes right now. Why is this cool? Why is this important? Just to close out, because see, I had over 200 like downloads already. There's 200 people that have listened to me. They know me. They like me because they actually listen to it. And you can kind of see on the stats there, right? And you can see your growing audience. It's all free. Anchor's free. Like usually podcast hosting, equipment, all that. Guess what I film on? This is what I make my podcast on. Even though I have this, I have $100 mic. I still use this because it's easy and it's on my phone, and I just record it and then I edit it on the phone and then I just hit publish and it's done. I've been thinking about the fastest, quickest, cheapest way for all of us to be able to do podcasts. This is the best answer that I have, and I still have 2 minutes to spare. I'm so excited to see your guys' podcast and what you guys come up with. And that's what I got for you this week.
Even with all the tech issues, Technado's in the house. Vic Choi, when's your podcast coming out and what's it going to be about?
Yo, that's crazy. I don't know, but do you know that if I listen to a lot of podcasts, do they use the same app, Anchor?
So here's the deal, okay? This is a great app to start with. It's free. It gives you analytics. You skip like so many, like I'm so annoyed at life steps to start a podcast. And so I totally recommend starting here. That's literally where I started. If you look at Pat Flynn, if you look at like some of these other people that John Lee Dumas, most of them are using Libsyn. Libsyn, there's like Podbean, there's like Sprout Bean, apparently a lot of beans in the podcast game. And that it's a hosting platform, meaning like you save your recordings there. And then there's iTunes and Google, and they're like, hey, that's cool information. And it sends it to all of those. So it gets a little bit more technical, but all like the pro podcasters go that route. Why? Because you get better analytics and there's other little fun features. But here's the deal. You're getting reach. Like you're talking to real people for free. And let's just face it, we're all trying to build a business and there's just craziness going on. And when you can download a free app and you can record it that easily, and you can have a call to action, you're practicing your story, you're practicing your copy, you're practicing all the skills that are completely congruent and relevant. I just think this is going to be a lot more practical for everyone.
That is awesome.
Yeah, well, Chris Baines in the house, guys. If that was fire, right fire in the chat roll. I know it was. I love it. Chris, thank you so much for giving us that breakdown. And he said, and I can vouch for it, it is easier on your phone than it is on the desktop. So what you just saw there is a little bit more challenging. So if you just want to use your phone, that's the way to go. Get started, get going. Like publish. Check this out. Digital Genius Radio has only been live for about a month. We already have over 500 downloads, and we have 2 clients that have come through our podcast or mentioned to me on my call about 5 other people saying, hey, Sean, dude, I heard your podcast on this topic. I was like, that's awesome. Like, people are already saying that, and it's all free for you guys. Like, you can do it for free. You can generate leads. You can get your business growing and going really, really fast, blowing and going. That's what it's about. So we are moving on to, I don't know if that's going to win the Golden Belt. Jesus, competition's hot tonight. We are going to go now to our feature speaker of the evening. I'm so excited this young lady is back. She just hit another big rank in her organization. Congratulations, Mary Cotter's in the house.